Tonight's postgame show is brought to you by the Pittsburgh Sports Report, Pittsburgh's premier sports publication. Pick up your copy today, then visit them on the web at pittsburghsportsreport.com. Well, it was all South Fayette here tonight. It started early. It happened often, and that's just what Seton-LaSalle did not want to see. And, wow, what a night for people like Zach Walker. I mean, you know, he comes into this ball game tonight, gets an early interception, sets up his team, early touchdown. They run one play, 5-yard run for J.J. Walker. He scores. They get the ball back. Dom Del Greco, after he kicks a 32-yard field goal, then Justin Watson goes 80 yards with a touchdown pass from Brett Brumbaugh, who just went off tonight.
Right, he went nuts. He threw for over 300. He was very close to that going into halftime, but obviously they went more run game in the second half with the clock running.
Brett is with us right now. He is on the field, and he is our PSR player of the game. First of all, Brett, congratulations on the victory tonight, and some hefty numbers as we're looking at you on the screen. 19 of 26, 303 yards, 3 TDs, 1 pick, and again, your team struck early in this ball game, and you really got the momentum and never let up.
Yeah, that's our goal. You know, we try to come out, get stops on defense, and we try to score early and often. That's what I always talk about, and so, I mean, getting up 28-3 in the first quarter is always big.
Brett, one of the things they wanted to do was to have their interior defensive linemen cave in and create a little pressure up front for you. That, for the most part, didn't occur. Talk about the time you had and ultimately the receivers you had in an obviously very effective pass game tonight.
Yeah, our offensive line is great. They don't get enough credit for sure. I mean, they give me all the time in the world, and then it's just finding one of my men in the outside on the receivers and just letting them make plays because that's what they do best.
Speaking of finding your men and looking for your receivers, tell us how you go through your progressions, what you're looking for, A, B, C, and so on.
A lot of it's like low to high progression, so underneath throughout the dig to post, but I mean, they just find the windows. Our receivers are very intelligent. They find windows, they find creases, they sit or they continue, and they just get open for me.
Brett, talk about your own development. Coach said earlier this year the biggest development generally with the players between a sophomore and junior year. We all know what you're able to accomplish this year. You look even more decisive, be able to get the ball there even stronger. Talk a little bit about the change you've seen in yourself perhaps when you look in the mirror.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've gotten better with everything in the like reading the defenses and you know, figuring out what kind of coverage they're playing, what kind of blitzes they're bringing, and just that kind of development there.
Yeah, reading is always important. One last thing, at least for me, it was Seton-LaSalle. You've talked about going out big, winning the conference, winning the WPIL. We all know the history of the Brumbaws and Seton-LaSalle. The last 2 games have been dramatic blowouts when combined. Any more special to have it happen against Seton-LaSalle?
Yeah, it's always special. I mean, especially since my freshman year, we lost twice, once here and once in the playoffs. So we didn't want to lose to them again, and we made sure of it. And that's just a testimony to our hard work all off season and our preparation this week.
Another tough one next week, though, huh?
Yeah, we're ready. We're going to be getting on the film tomorrow morning, and they're a good team, so it'll be a good game again.
Brett, we're looking forward to seeing you in the playoffs. Thank you so much for joining us
tonight.
Thank you. Brett Brumbaugh with a spectacular game here tonight, the quarterback of the South Fayette Lions. Just a tremendous effort, not just by Brett, but his entire club. I mean, his receivers got themselves open, his running back Fayette, able to move the ball downfield. And again, no one talks about the defense that these guys play, but they play some defense.
They do. Like I said, last year, 6 shutouts. And again, a lot of those players moved on, but a lot of the players you saw tonight had experience last year because of big game wins. And you take a look at the 8 returning players on that offensive line, offense as a whole, and it's spread everywhere. And I know Joe Rossi's pretty happy with it.
Oh, he's got to be. Coach Rossi joins us on the sideline right now. Big victory tonight. Oh, you have some company with you.
Yeah, I do.
Let's introduce the rest of the family.
I got the most important 3 people besides my wife right here, my son, Addie right here. I got Juliana right here and Silvana right here. You say hi, wave hi.
I know they're pretty happy tonight. And, Joe, I want to talk, and I know it's easy to look at your offense and it's easy to focus in on Brett and what he can do moving the football team down the field. But let's talk about the defense first tonight because, let's face it, you guys play some hefty defense.
Yeah, I mean, the thing was we just wanted to pressure him. You know, number one thing was he hadn't been pressured all year, and he sat back here comfortably and throwing the receivers all day, and we just said this week the only time he really had a chance to complete a couple passes were when we just sat back. So we just pressured him all night and forced him to make a perfect throw, and the guys were able to get to him.
Well, that's great, Coach. And you told us this week that that's what thing you really wanted to make a priority of. But you also told me about patience and taking what's given to you and everything else. You took everything. I mean, offensively, I do want to talk about the offense for a second. You've got 8 guys back along the line, behind the quarterback and the wide receiver. I mean, it's a well-oiled machine. It gives you enough balance with the run, but this pass game is so polished. It's got to make you feel you're in every game.
Yeah, I mean, Brett just gave us an opportunity tonight to, just take what they are giving him. He forced a couple things in the first few weeks, and we worked on it all week and just have patience, throw the underneath routes, and let our kids run long. He played a tremendous game. He showed why he's a big-time D1 kid, and hopefully we'll end up at Penn State or somewhere good, Pitt, something like that. So.
Coach, we opened up our broadcast tonight talking about how the next 3 weeks, including tonight, were so pivotal here in the Century Conference with you, Seton-LaSalle, and Quaker Valley all coming in undefeated and having to face each other over this 3-week period. And obviously next week doesn't get any easier. No,
I wouldn't want it any other way. We got kind of halftime, checked the score, and we were hoping that Quaker Valley would beat Steel Valley, so there wouldn't be any letdown. Our kids know, put this game away tomorrow and get ready tomorrow, Sunday, for Quaker Valley.
Coach, when you take a look at where this goes from here, I know that AAA is next and your numbers continue to grow, and you've got a pipeline, as we talked about on the field before the game. This was youth night, and there were hundreds of kids wearing football outfits. That's got to make you feel pretty good about the future where things are going with this program.
Yeah, it's my favorite night, of the year, and I see my son playing football, and just to be able to have those kids line the field. When they asked what night we wanted youth night, we wanted Seton-LaSalle because we want to be able to show these kids, a big-time game, and our kids come out in the first half. It's
all right.
Awesome.
Go celebrate with that family of yours,
we
okay?
Are. Thank you, guys.
Right.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, it's our pleasure. Joe Rossi, we appreciate the hospitality here. And, again, we want to thank Dr. Billy Rondinelli, who is the superintendent of schools here. Everybody here at South Fayette, they roll the red carpet out, even though everything tonight was green. I mean, I didn't see a red carpet, but
and you're right. I didn't see any red.
Theoretically.
Yeah, right. Metaphorically or something like that.
Something like that.
But I can't figure it out. But I will say this. You mentioned the superintendent.
Yeah.
We were here, 3 hours before the game?
Oh, at least.
She was, when we came upstairs at the press box level, by herself in the greeting room, just preparing to greet people.
Yeah.
Superintendent.
Yep.
Now, we were out here a couple of years ago and did a big interview with them after they had been named a top high school in the country. But class does it a class way. And I just felt that seeing her stand there like that was as impressive maybe as anything I saw on the field tonight. I'm dead serious.
Another blue ribbon for the district and another blue ribbon performance for their football team here tonight. They win it big here on Xfinity TV On Demand. With Ellis Cannon, Katie Lightholder, our entire Viewpoint Production Services crew here in the Deep South Hills tonight. I'm Chris Shublin. Thank you so much for joining us and watching all of our games on Xfinity TV On Demand. A big win tonight for South Fayette.